What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Javon Grant back at it again with another video, man. And I know what y'all thinking. Why you missed 2 days of uploading, bro? Bro, I can explain, my nigga. I can explain, bro. I was busy. I had to get a haircut. Had to get a fresh cut, bro. You feel me? I had to get a fresh cut. And I had to get. I was just busy, bro. All last week. You feel me? But I got y'all. And today I'm gonna be doing the story time. Okay, I'm be doing the story time on how I got my first. How your boy Javon Grant got his first tattoo. And this happened about 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So I'm finna tell y'all how I got my first tattoo. And I'm finna tell y'all the meaning behind my tattoo. So let's get into it. So at the time I was 17 years old, bro. I was 17 years old and I was working at Pizza Hut now. I was working at Pizza Hut. It was my first job, you feel me? Which is gonna be in another story time. But this is this story time. So let's get into it. So I was 17 years old working at Pizza Hut, and when I got at the time I was making $9 to $10 an hour at 17 years old. It was my first job ever. It was my first ever job at 17 years old. So when I got my first check, I end up giving my mom some money and stuff like that for the house and stuff, for the bills and stuff. You already know how that goes and stuff like that. So I end up giving my mom some money, and the rest of the money, I end up going to get a tattoo. Now I'm finna explain the story. So when I ended up getting my check and stuff like that, and this happened like around, I'm gonna give y'all the exact day of what happened and stuff like that. This happened like around, I would say this happened like around October, like around Halloween time and stuff like that. So almost close to Halloween. So me and my brother, we ended up getting our checks and stuff like that. Both of us, let me explain. Me and my brother worked at different jobs. I worked at Pizza Hut and he worked at like some another job. So we ended up both getting both of us end up getting our checks at the same exact day. So what we ended up doing was it was this dude in Fort Worth, and he was doing tattoos at his house. So what we end up doing is me and my brother end up asking my mom, can she drop us off to the dude's house, because the dude was doing tattoos at his house and stuff like that. And I was scared because it was my first time getting a tattoo. Like I never ever experienced getting a tattoo until that exact day when that needle touched my body. Bro, I was nervous, because it was my first tattoo. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was scared. I was nervous. I was panicking and stuff like that. But it was my first tattoo. I couldn't explain it. So my mom ended up dropping us off to the dude house and stuff like that. Now, the thing she said. She said this whenever we done this calling and stuff like that. So it was like, all right, cool. So we knocked on the dude's door. He answered and stuff like that. And as we went in, we know that this dude had like Halloween stuff. He had like Halloween skeletons up. He had different type of Halloween decorations inside his living room. Now when we went upstairs inside his room, it was a different story, bro. We went inside his room, bro. His bed was messed up. He had tattoo wallpapers on his wall. He had the tattoo designs in the sketchbook, all that. When he showed us the sketchbook, me and my brother started looking at all his designs and stuff like that. Me being panicking, it was my first tattoo, but my brother had this thing about my brother. My brother already had two tattoos. So him getting like another tattoo wasn't gonna be nothing to him. It wasn't gonna be nothing to him. So he was already used to the needles and stuff on his skin. It was just me. I just had to worry about myself because it was my first ever tattoo at a young age. I was 17 years old, bro. So what ended up happening was he ended up showing us. We ended up showing him the designs on our phone. We told him what we wanted and what we didn't want and stuff like that. So he ended up showing us the charges and stuff like that. And before then, I was already planning on getting a tattoo when I got my check and stuff like that. I was already planning this crap. I was playing this crap for about a week or two. Playing this crap for like about a week, and it was about to happen. It was finally about to happen. Me getting a tattoo. So we ended up showing him what we wanted and stuff like that. And me being me, I was scared. I was even scared to go first because I didn't know how painful the ink was gonna be until I experienced it, you know. So I was gonna let my brother go first, but then I was like, nah. I was thinking in my head like, nah, let me go first because if I go first, I will feel better if I go first. So I ended up going first, you know. So I ended up sitting down in the chair. Now when I sat down in the chair, he ended up like taking like the design I had wanted, and he ended up like having me. At first I was gonna get it on my right arm, but I said, nah, let me get it on my left arm because if y'all don't know, I'm left-handed, bro. I'm left-handed. So he ended up like sticking the design, like sticking the tattoo design on my arm and like peeling it off. Now when he peeled it off, y'all could like see like the ink stuff on my arm and stuff like that. Like it wasn't fully you couldn't fully see it, but like it was there. It was there on my arm and stuff like that. So I sat there outside. I was thinking in my head, maybe this can't be bad. Like my first time getting a tattoo could not have gone bad. You know, it couldn't gone bad. So I ended up sitting there once he peeled the paper off, and then next thing you know, he ended up doing the lining over my tattoo. Now if y'all don't know what the lining is of a tattoo, I'm gonna explain to y'all what the lining is of a tattoo. So it's kind of like he like tracing over like the letters and stuff like that with like ink, with like actual ink. He like tracing over the letters and stuff like that with like black ink. That's what the lining is. So that's what he was doing on my arm and stuff like that. And I just sat there and sat there. I was like, man, I was like, hey, this not. I was thinking in my head, hey, this not bad. It's going good. It's going good the way I wanted to and stuff like that. Why not sit there and let him continue? So like another 10, 15 minutes go by, and then that's when the real pain started to come because after he got done doing the lining, matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what my tattoo look like. So this is the after effect after my tattoo. This is what it look like. If y'all don't know what it says, it's in cursive. So it's my tattoo says "Be courageous, stay strong." And this is the tattoo I got when I was 17 years old. My first ever tattoo. So back to the story. So what ended up happening was after he ended up doing the lining and stuff like that. My bad, y'all. After he ended up doing like the lining and stuff like that, he ended up started to get to like the real stuff. So what he ended up doing was he ended up like putting like he ended up taking like the another needle out and putting like another needle in the machine, and he started like putting like pressing on my arm, like my arm when he once he put like the ink and stuff on my arm, he started just going ham on my arm, on my left arm. Just started going crazy with my arm and stuff like that. At first, when he was like at the top, I was like, hey, this can't be bad. But once he got to like the bottom, like the middle bottom part of my bone, that's when I started to feel that crap because when the like needle kept pinching it kind of felt like someone was pinching my arm, like with like a stick. That's what it kind of felt like. But once he got to like I'm gonna show y'all. Like once he got to like right here, this part of the body of the arm, that's when I started to feel it. So when he started going, once he's like started like coming down all the way down here, that's when like blood started coming down from like right here to like right here. You can like see blood coming down my arm and stuff like that. Like nothing but straight blood, bro. And at the same time, I was like at first I didn't want to cry because it was my first tattoo. I didn't want to act like a punk while I get my first tattoo. I didn't want to act like a punk or nothing like that. So I ended up just taking the pain and stuff like that. And after he got done, he just kept he was like shading my arm. If y'all don't know what shading is, it's like basically like someone's like this like sticking like a knife in your knife on top of your arm and just like scraping it back and forth. That's what it kind of felt like on my arm. So after that, my arm just started bleeding. Like it started leaking out blood from like the top and bottom part of my arm. I started seeing once I look at my arm, I seen nothing but blood. So I was like, bro, dang, bro, I'm going crazy with my arm and stuff like that. So I ended up not. At first, I was like panicking and stuff like that, but I was like, bro, I'm like used to this crap. I'm like used to it because if you go to the doctor's office and like you get like a shot with like a needle and stuff like that, I was already like used to like needles and stuff, and ink and stuff like that. I was already used to it, but it was my first ever tattoo, so I didn't want to act like a punk. So after he ended up shading my arm for about like 15 to 20 minutes. He asked me if I wanted to add coloring. And at first I was gonna say yeah, but then I was gonna have to charge him like an extra $5 to $10 on like for coloring, and I didn't have enough money for it, so I told him no. So he ended up finishing off my arm. He ended up finishing off shading my arm and stuff like that. And that's when after that he ended up telling me the tip. Now the tip is for any of y'all who ever think about getting y'all first tattoo, here's a tip. After you once you get your tattoo, you cannot put water on your tattoo. You know why? If you put water on your tattoo, then it's gonna mess up the whole ink on your arm and stuff like that. And yeah, so if you take a shower or a bath, do not put, that's the tip number one. Do not put water or anything on your tattoo because it will mess up. It will mess up. You gonna have to get it redone. So he told me, he said once you take a shower and stuff like that, do not put water or any chemicals on it because it will mess up. And I agree with him. And then like another thing he told me was after he got done doing my tattoo, he said make sure you put Vaseline on it, and make sure you put like Vaseline or like anything on it that'll make it heal, because it's better to put Vaseline on it, because if you put Vaseline on the tattoo, then it will start to heal. So after that, once I got home, I put Vaseline on it, and then next thing you know, this how you know if your tattoo's healing, because once you start putting Vaseline and stuff on it to like make it heal and stuff like that, your tattoo will start to peel, and then once it start to peel, that's how you know it's healing and stuff like that. So I end up putting Vaseline stuff on like that on my arm after he did my tattoo and stuff like that, and I took care of my tattoo, and I ended up giving him, at the time I ended up having to pay for my tattoo. I ended up paying him I think $15 and $20 for my tattoo. So yeah, man, like I ended up getting my tattoo done and stuff like that, and it came out exactly like this. The one you see now, it came out exactly like that. So yeah, man, and that's when I ended up paying the guy $15 for this tattoo. But this happened like 2 years ago, y'all. This happened like 2 years ago. So I ended up paying him, and then next thing you know, my brother went, and that was it. Now after that, I end up going home, putting Vaseline on it, taking a shower, but make sure water didn't get on it. Now, I'm finna explain to y'all the meaning behind my tattoo. That's the important part of it. I'm finna explain to y'all what's the meaning behind my tattoo. My tattoo says be courageous, stay strong. Now, what I mean by that is, cause like life is too dang short. So what I mean by be courageous, stay strong is it's saying that no matter what you go through in life, you always gotta like find a way around it, because life is too dang short for everybody, bro. Life is too dang short for everybody. So when it says stay strong, that means that anything you went through throughout your life, you just gotta stay strong and know that God got you through anything, bro. He got you through anything. So and also what it means by be courageous, this means just stay to yourself, and like just know that no matter what you're going through, you can get through it as long as you believe in yourself and believe that you could do it. That's the meaning behind my tattoo, and that is facts, bro. That is facts, because if you let it get to you, then it's gonna like be like a upsetting part of your life, and you don't want that. So yeah, man, that is the story time of how I got my first tattoo. So make sure y'all subscribe. Like and leave a comment. And if this video gets 20 or 25 likes, I will drop another story time on this channel. I will drop another story time for y'all tomorrow. But until then, make sure y'all subscribe, leave a like, comment, and that's about it, man. Until then, I will see y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Dang, we out.